Tylko Nie Mów Nikomu, or Just Don't Tell Anyone is the English title, I think. 2019 Polish documentary about the sexual abuse of children by the Catholic Church. The movie is available for free on YouTube, and it's an independent production financed on crowdfunding sites. It's available with subtitles in various languages, so pretty much anyone can watch it. And it seems that people do. The film has been out for about 3 weeks now, and it sits at around 21 million views on YouTube, which is about half the population of Poland. So the reach has so far been great, and you can feel the ripples already made on society because of the movie's release. A lot of people are obviously talking about it, and I saw several mentions of it in international media as well. And almost instantly, there have been talks about increasing jail time for convicted pedophiles in Poland. Anyway, I finally got around to seeing the movie yesterday, and I have a couple of things to say about it. First off, the material gathered by the journalists is fantastic, and because of the nature and the topic, also rather shocking. On the one hand, we have stories told by victims of abuse themselves, and we get to see them confront their former molesters with hidden cameras present. Man, it's just it's not a pleasant thing to watch. Okay, obviously the stories themselves leave bad taste in your mouth, but also seeing those priests try to come up with excuses and justifications for whatever they've done. What the fuck are those people thinking, you know? And on the other hand, the journalists have done a remarkable job of following up and tracking the already convicted priests and uncovering the fact that in a lot of cases, the church will move them around the country and allow them to still work with children even after a court has explicitly banned those priests from this type of work permanently. And for me personally, this part was even more disgusting. The fact that those church higher-ups either refuse to comment on those situations or even flatly lie about them in front of the camera. This truly shows that this is not just the case of a few black sheep among the priests, as they would like us to believe, but it's a wide systemic problem. And even though the church has been pretty loud about promising to fix it, they really aren't doing anything. I think it's an important film. It's important to put this information out there and to spread it, to uncover these facts that are covered by the church and hidden away. And this is where my problems with the film come up. See, I think with documentaries, great material is about 60-70% of success, but you still have to show it in an engaging way, especially with a difficult topic like this. You need to do everything you can to help the viewer digest the story. And this is where the movie fails a little bit to me. I think the editing of the film in particular is a massive problem. Sometimes the scenes will be cut together in an awkward way. Sometimes we'll get these long overhead shots of churches and other buildings owned by the church with the narrative not really moving forward at all during those scenes. Sometimes we'll see a scene being shown too early or too late in the context of the story. And in a lot of the cases, the transitions between the different people and the stories are really jarring. Like someone will show up and it's not immediately explained who this is. Is it a psychologist? Is it a lawyer? A journalist? Another victim? Oh, I guess it's a victim. He's starting to talk about priest molesting him now. So is he still talking about the same priest that we've been discussing for the past 20 minutes? Or is it another one? I mean, there's no indication that it's someone else, and then 5 minutes later it turns out that it is a completely different case. So I think the movie I think it's easy to lose track during the movie at times, and I found it difficult to focus on some of those scenes and people involved because of that, because of the way that the information is presented. I also think that the movie could have been shorter overall, without really taking away any of the meat of the story, of the important stuff. Currently, the film runs at about 2 hours, and watching it, I'm certain that about 20 or 25 minutes could easily be shaved off to improve the pacing and watchability. And I know that this critique sounds like I'm nitpicking the technicalities, and it shouldn't matter. But to me, it does matter, because I think that, again, the material shown here is outstanding and it needs to be out there and needs to be seen. But I fear that because of the problems with the flow of the film, a lot of people will not see it, or at least not the entire thing. I can easily imagine people just spacing out after 20 minutes and maybe skipping forward, maybe even just closing the whole thing. Whereas it's in everyone's best interest that this message, this information is spread around. So, just to reiterate this one more time, it's a heavy documentary, it's not pleasant to watch, and the material is fantastic. And I think it should be seen, but it doesn't really make it easy on the viewer.